Hello, good morning. Good morning, DC, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, any other state who is joining today, any other country. I hope everyone is well and in good spirits. It can be a challenge in our current times. That's why we're here, to do our yoga, bring us back to that place, coming back home. Anybody on with me yet today? We have a few minutes before we start. Making sure everything is in good view. Hi, Susan. Hi, John. I'm glad you're with me today. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Can you hear me okay? So yesterday, I did something I haven't done in 4 months. Oh, Susan, thank you. Loud and clear. Awesome. Hi, Mary Beth. Good morning to you. Okay, thanks for the sound check. So yesterday, I went to the studio, one of the Fairfax studio, for the first time in 4 months. And oh my gosh, Sun and Moon has become a second home for me. I've been teaching there for 14 years and practicing for about 20 years there. And, the studio is now holding these small private classes. They're just up to 3 people maximum. And we're following all the major safeguards to keep everyone safe. And so I had a small private there with one person. And we were 15 feet apart. And we had our masks on. And we were like, it was so beautiful to actually teach the class, the session with, live. And that was her thing. She's not really crazy about the video. I love the video classes, but anyway, she wanted her live yoga and she got it yesterday. And it was really wonderful to go back home to Sun and Moon in the brick and mortar form. So anyway, so if you're interested in the small privates, we have them at the Arlington and the Fairfax studios. There's only one going on at a time. Nobody else is there. We wipe everything down before and after the little class. So if you're ready, you might want to consider that. I was hesitant, but after getting there and seeing how we're following all these guidelines, it's put me at ease. So anyway, yeah, a strange new world out there. Constant reminders anytime you go out of your house. And the fact that you're in the house all the time is a constant reminder too, right? Anyway, and then full circle, that's why we do our yoga, to keep us centered and balanced and sane, and to remind us who we really are. We don't let all of this disturb our peace, right? So I'll officially start the class now. Hi, welcome to Sun and Moon Yoga Studios YouTube channel. I'm Carol Stehl, and today our practice is called a lunar flow. So yes, you may have guessed we're going to do 2 moon salutes today. Chandra Namaskar in Sanskrit is a quieting sequence that invites us to bow to and cultivate the moon's soothing lunar energy. And I chose moon salutes today for two reasons. A, it's too hot for sun salutes. And B, moon salutes are cooling to the body and they quiet the mind. And I think we can all use that in our culture today and anytime, frankly. They're great for when we're feeling depleted, overstimulated, overheated, and they're a wonderfully centering, grounding, and flowing practice. With the temperatures reaching the 90s day after day this summer in this area, and the temperatures of our world reaching a boiling point with the continued pandemic, the social justice turmoil going on, moon salutes will just help to balance out this heat we're experiencing on so many levels, in so many ways. So as moon salutes invite an inward focus, let's look at our practice today as a meditation in motion, okay? So we'll start off warming up the body in a standing position, okay? So come to your mat in a standing position. And then separate your feet a little wider apart than hip width, okay? And then just bend the knees. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. Place your hands on your thighs. And then let's arch the back and curl the tailbone up, drawing the shoulders back. And then if it's comfortable, look up at the sky. Take a full breath in here. And as you exhale, let's round the back. Round the back, draw the navel up towards the spine. Release the head down. On your inhale, reverse, coming back into the arch, the hammock back, and exhale, round. And let's go back and forth with the breath. Inhaling as you arch, exhaling as you round. Let's take one more round. And then let's come back to center, okay? And now separate the feet out a little wider apart. And then we're just gonna gently twist from side to side. And as you twist to one side, pick up the heel of the opposite foot. So you can twist even a little more. Just make it real comfortable and easy, nice easy flow. And just keep your chin over your sternum, okay? So your head just stays right over your spine. And just breathe. And then the next time you swing over to the right side, just hold there with your arms hugging your body and turn your head over your right shoulder, look behind you. Breathe here. One more breath in. And as you exhale, swing over to the other side and hold, looking over that back shoulder, and breathe. One more breath in, and exhale, coming back to center. Okay, so now let's separate the feet even wider apart, turn the toes way out. Actually, let's turn the toes in. Turn the toes in so that they're facing straight ahead. And then hands on your thighs again. And let's just lunge side to side. See if you can keep your back fairly level, okay? And tone the belly slightly to support your low back, okay? Back and forth, lunging. Maybe going a little deeper as you feel the body warming up, the thighs saying it's okay to. And then perhaps even adding some shoulder action. So bring one shoulder to the opposite bent knee. Just drop your shoulder down as you bend to one side. And 2 more times, 2 more rounds. And then coming over to your right side, holding here. And then bringing your hands to the floor and pivot yourself around towards the front of the mat. Okay? And now here we are in a high lunge. If you have blocks, you can grab those too. And let's just roll back and forth on the ball of the foot a couple of times. And then we're going to release the back knee down. Point the back toes. And let's walk the hands back a little bit. Lengthen the spine. Get really tall in your lunge, your low lunge. Let the hips sink down. Big breath in here. And now let's plant the left hand on the ground. And then let's take the right arm up towards the ceiling, coming into a twist. Press into the standing hand and reach through the top hand. And then take the arm behind you, down and around. So let's make some big circles with the arm. Breathing. One more circle. Take the arm back up into the twist. Press down, lengthen up. Maybe bring the arm back a little bit, coming a little deeper if that feels right for you. You always want to stay tuned in to what feels right for your body and respond accordingly with that respect your body deserves. Bring the arm down, hands back to the floor. So curl the back toes under, lift it back into the high lunge. We're going to walk the hands back around to the center and then around to all the way around to the other side. Into the high lunge to start. Roll back and forth on the heel, on the ball of the foot, excuse me. And then let's release the back knee down. Walk the hands back or the blocks back a little bit. Get really long in the spine. Sink down through the hips and lengthen up through the crown of the head. And then bring the right hand down to the floor. Take the opposite arm up, coming into the twist. Press down as you reach up. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. And let's take those arm revolutions. Arms back, down, up, and around. Again and again. If you'd like, you can follow your hand with your gaze. Involve the neck. And one more time. Bring the arm back up. Press even more. Reach even further. Big breath in here. Reach up one last time and then float the hand down. Curl the back toes under. Lift into the high lunge. Just walk back around to the front. Okay? And let's bend the knees, just soften the knees, taking your hands to your hips, leveling out the back and coming all the way up. Okay, so let's heel toe the feet back together. And then we're going to start our moon salutes. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of rounds. And there's a lot of left-right action. So instead of me constantly saying your left foot, your right hand, your left toe, I've got my block situated. I've got the yellow one over here and the blue one over here. So I'm going to say the blue side or the yellow side, okay? So that's going to help simplify the direction, okay? So we're going to start on, this is your left side, my right side of the mat, okay? So we'll start in Tadasana, okay, mountain pose. And let's start by taking the hands with the palms facing up. The palms are facing up and the pinkies are crossing over one another. So in this mudra of receptivity, letting go, and inner listening, okay? So take a moment here. And then open the eyes. And then on an inhale, take the arms out and up. You can have your arms parallel or you can bring your hands together, whichever you like. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, crescent moon to the left, to the blue side. And inhale back up. Crescent moon to the other side. Inhale back up. And then exhale, bring the hands down. And we're going to step one foot way out towards the yellow side. And we're going to turn the toes out. And we're going to bend the knees, bend the elbows in goddess pose. Okay, so the knees are tracking over the feet. Tone the belly. Take a couple breaths here. And then inhaling, straightening the arms and the legs. Now let's turn towards the blue side, okay? So the front foot pointing straight ahead, the back foot at an angle. Arms are out, so we're heading into triangle. So reach, reach, reach first as far as you can. Release the bottom hand down. The top arm comes up and rotate the rib cage up to the sky. Triangle pose. Breathing here. One more breath. And let's bring the hand to the waist. Rotate the rib cage towards the floor. Start to bend the front knee. Bring the hands to the floor, the fingertips. And then shorten your stance a little bit and flatten the back foot. So now we're coming towards a fold here. So you can either have your hands on your blocks or fingertips on the floor. So see if you can level out the back and turn your hips towards the short edge of the mat in front of you. So breathing here, and if it's available to you, you can go a little lower into the fold. We'll take in a couple breaths in each of the poses. And then inhale, coming back up. Now let's bend the front knee and let's widen the stance, get a little bigger and release the back knee down. Point the back toes. And so we're in our low lunge here. Big breath in and out. Next breath in, take the arms up. Sink the hips down. Tone the belly. Another breath in and out. Reach up. And exhale, bring everything down. Let's curl the back toes. Now we're going to come back up into the high lunge. We're going to walk the hands around. Start pivoting the feet. We're going to stay lunging over here to your left side, to the blue side. Okay, so really start bending this knee as far as it's willing to go. So coming down into like a squat on this side and extending the other leg so that the foot is flexed. So coming up into your squat, couple of breaths here. You don't have to be down this low, you can be up a little higher. Just go where your body allows. Okay, now, so we're going to press the hands into the floor and we're going to lunge over to the other side. Coming all the way down into the squat, extending the opposite leg, toes pointing up. So from here, we're going to do the same thing we just did in reverse order, okay? And after this round, then we'll go a little faster. Just want you to know what you're getting into as we go along. Okay, so from here, we're going to take a big breath in, and then let's come back up and walk ourselves around to the other end of the mat. Release the knee down into the low lunge. Get really tall in your lunge. Let the hips sink down as you lengthen up through the crown of the head. And on your next breath in, take the arms up towards the sky. Tone the belly. Breathe. And then let's float the arms back down. Curl the back toes under. So we're going to lift the back knee, and then we're going to shorten our stance and come into that fold. Okay, using your blocks if you like. Or fingertips on the floor. So leveling out the back to the extent that that's possible. And if you'd like, you can go a little further into the fold. And let's take one more breath here. And then raising up the torso. Then bend the front knee and then make a wider stance. And then plant the back foot. So we're coming into our triangle now. So start to straighten the front leg as far as it wants to straighten. And bring your one hand to the hip and the other hand to the shin. And start to open up the body, rotating the rib cage up towards the ceiling. And then taking the top arm up. And breathe. One more breath here. And just start to bring the bottom arm up. Bend that front knee, bend both knees. Turn both toes out. We're coming back into the goddess pose. Couple breaths here. And then take the arms back out, straighten the legs. And we're going back to our starting place. Bring the arms up. Crescent moon to the left. Inhale up. Crescent moon to the right. And arms back down. Okay, so that was one round. Let's do another round and start on this side. Do it the opposite direction, okay? So starting at your right end of your mat. Let's bring the hands together, palms up, with the pinkies crossed over. Okay, receptive, letting go, listening inwardly. And then as you're ready, take the arms up. And let's crescent moon to one side. Inhale up, crescent moon to the other side. And come back up. And take the arms out. Take a big step out, widen your stance. Turn the toes out. Let's bend the knees and the elbows, coming into goddess. And then straightening everything out. And now let's turn towards the yellow side, okay? Coming towards our triangle. So the front foot is facing straight ahead, the back foot is at an angle. Now reach, reach, reach as far as you can. Keep reaching and then lower that hand down. Top arm comes up and roll the rib cage up skyward. And then bring the top hand down. Rotate the rib cage downward. Bend the front knee. Reach for the blocks of the floor. And shorten the stance. And then take both legs towards straight. Coming into the fold. So leveling out the back as much as possible. Getting really long through the spine. And then if you'd like, you can come to the fold a little bit more. And then coming back up, then bend the knees and then hop back, so that you can release the back knee down to the low lunge. Point the back toes. Let's get tall. As we sink down, let's get high. Even higher. On your next inhalation, take the arms up. On your next exhalation, bring them back down. And then from here, we're going to turn, walk the hands around to the side, squat. Okay, and then extended leg, flex that foot, get tall. Okay, so from here, we're going to plant the hands, come back up, and then walk the hands and come over to the squat on the other side. Bending one knee, extending the other leg, flexing that foot, and getting long. Big breath in here. And then plant the hands, and then lift the hips up, and let's walk them around. Okay, so that we come down into our lunge. Point the back toes. Take the arms up. And bring the hands down. Curl the back toes. We're going to lift the knee and shorten the stance, coming into the fold. And then bend the front knee wide in the stance. Plant the back foot. And we're coming into our triangle. So straightening both legs as much as possible. Hand on the hip, one on the front shin. Rotate the rib cage. Take the arm up. Looking up. Or you can look straight ahead or down. And then one more breath. Exhale, brings the hand down to the waist. Rotate the rib cage back. Coming back. And let's come into the squat. Lengthen up. And then let's walk the hands back over to the other side. Extended leg, one's bent. And then walk the hands back around to the low lunge. Take the arms up. And float them back down. Curl the back toes. Shorten the stance, coming into the fold. And then coming back up, and then widening the stance, hopping the foot back, planting the foot in the floor, and then bringing your one hand to the shin and the other hand to the waist to open up the chest. Rotate it up towards the ceiling. Arm comes up in triangle. Breathing here. One more breath. And then the arm comes up. Everything comes up, and turn your feet outward, both outward. Bend the knees. Bend the elbows, coming back into goddess pose. And then we'll straighten everything out. And then we'll step back to our starting position. Take the arms up. Crescent moon to one side. Inhale back up. Crescent moon to the other side. And then coming all the way back to our starting position, our hands in mudra. Take a couple breaths here. And then open your eyes and release your arms. And let's come all the way down to the floor. Coming all the way down onto your back to take a very mini shavasana. So lying on your back, placing something underneath your knees if you need to, for comfort. And just let everything go. Releasing all the body's weight to the ground. Softening everywhere. Check to see that you're soft in the face. All across the chest, the heart center. The belly is soft. Hips are heavy. The legs are like dead weights. And the feet are just kind of floating out there. Perhaps noticing your heartbeat. Any sounds in the room or outside of the room. And then as you're ready, take your time to work your way up to a seated position. If you want to stay here in Shavasana, that's perfectly fine. Begin your practice there. Otherwise, come to sitting in a comfortable seat. Let the spine be nice and long. But let the body relax. And just soften your eyes, lower your gaze, or close your eyes altogether. And slowly become aware of the space between the eyebrows. And within this space, visualize a full moon in a clear night sky, shining brightly on the waters of an ocean. And the full reflection of the moon penetrates the waters. And the cool shade of the moonlight catches the tips of the waves. Just see this vision clearly and brightly. And then become aware of the feelings and the sensations that are created in your mind and your body from this vision. And now gently let the vision fade. And as you're ready, open your eyes. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you be at peace. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be at peace. I'm grateful for this opportunity to guide you through your practice today. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. There's a full moon next week. Make sure you catch it. And I'll see you next time. Christy Zepeda is here. Hi, Christy. And Susan Carr. Hello, Susan. We have two Susans here today. You're welcome, Susan. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you enjoyed that. You're welcome, Mary Beth. Thank you. Y'all are awesome. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please stay safe, be healthy, be cool. Okay? And I'll see you next time. Susan Carr. Okay, you got me waiting. She put some bait out there for me. Okay, everyone, take good care. Bye.